So now that you understand what capital gains are, you're really trying to understand what is the difference between one type and this type, which is short-term capital gains. And in this video, I'm going to explain it to you. Coming up. Hi there, I'm Billy Keels. I'm back once again to share some tips and strategies with you that are going to help you to go out and make more money. They're going to help you to have more control over your free time, and ultimately they're going to help you to live with less stress. So if it's your first time here, why don't you make sure that you subscribe and like the channel. That way we're always in touch with one another and you get the latest videos that come out. Also too, I'm going to ask you right up front, if you can share this video once you find value in it with at least 2 or 3 other people. That way you're actively participating in helping our community to grow with other really cool, like-minded people like yourself. So decided we'll do a couple of videos because I've been having lots of conversations with people lately around retirement, and a lot of people are concerned and anxious because of things that are happening in the stock market. And we've talked about a number of concepts, and you've already watched the previous video. And if you haven't, I would recommend that you go back and watch it. It's just to really understand what is this concept of capital gains and how can it affect us, right? And so we're going to already assume that you know what they are. And so I'm going to build on that. And like I said, if you haven't seen it, go back and check out the video. But we're going to look at short-term capital gains. So the whole concept of, and I'm going to give you a specific example. You can imagine that you buy an asset. And that asset, when you buy it, you actually buy it for $1 million. And over time, and then a short-term capital gain, we're going to say it's going to be less than 1 year, less than 365 days. And you're going to sell that asset. Once you sell that asset, you're going to sell it for $1.5 million. So the difference is $500,000, which is the capital gain, which is from the time you bought it, it increased in value from 1 million to 1.5 million. So that 500,000 is the capital gain. And because it was done less than 365 days, there is a short-term capital gains tax that is applied to that. Now, we're going to use the IRS code, and we're going to use today's values, right? This could fluctuate depending on when you're watching this video. But the fact of the matter is, and maybe we can get a video that we can show something here that says what the tax brackets are for the United States at this point in time. But just know that today's rates, that anything over 500,000, roughly, we're going to use for this example, is taxed at 37% at the federal rate. And because there's a U.S. tax is progressive, it's not actually 37%. It will be a little bit more, but just let's use the example just to keep things simple. So when you make that 500,000, which is the difference between what you bought it for and what you sold it for, that asset, you are going to be taxed at 37% on that $500,000. So actually, the short-term capital gains tax that is levied against that is 37%. So you actually keep $315,000 of the $500,000 that you grossed. And so that is the effect of the short-term capital gains tax, because they are applied at what are known as ordinary income tax rates. So hopefully that makes it really, really clear. I wanted to just give a simple example, because when you see how that is, well, juxtaposed or compared to long-term capital gains, if you keep things over a year, hopefully the example will be much clearer for you. So I always want to tell you, just as a reminder, if you're someone who's in a really busy job like me during the day, a W-2 type job, and you also have dreams of creating your own new alternatives in life, and having more financial freedom, well, I know what it's all about, and I've written an ebook just for you. And if you want to know more about that, just go to keeponcashflow.com/roadmap. Send out a free ebook to you, and if you want to do some other things, you can do that there. They'll give you options. But that way, at least we're in touch with one another, and you can learn the things that I've already done, avoid a lot of the mistakes that I've done, and do the things right that so far I've been doing right. And also, too, if you want to check us out twice a week at the Going Long Podcast with Billy Keels, we're on all of your favorite platforms, as well as YouTube, and so I'm sure we'll be on even more places by the time you see this. So don't forget to check out the Going Long Podcast with Billy Keels. And until then, I want you to go out and make it a great day, and look forward to seeing you in the next video.